Hello people, this is Power here with the review of the Ultraman Rube Strongest Narikiri Set. Um yeah. If you guys don't know, I don't typically get sets because of the fact I prefer getting my things individually so that I can easily do reviews on them. But as you can tell, I was forced to get the set because it includes the New Generation Heroes Crystal. Yeah, so this set contains the DX Kiwami Crystal and the DX Rube Corin, and basically these two go together to do that thing. Um, Obviously the Kiwami Crystal comes by itself. The Rube Corin comes with the Ultraman Crystal. And as you can see here, here's the ultimate form of Russell and Blue, or their fusion form, Ultraman Rube. He's pretty cool design. So obviously the set is in this elongated box because it's a set. So on the left we get Ultraman Rube, and then this side you get Rube doing the Vortex Buster, and then the top just has typical things, and then the back of it has what each individual toy does and such. Now, this is part one of the set, as today we're going to be viewing the Kiwami Crystal, then tomorrow we're going to be viewing the Rube Corin, along with the New Generation Heroes Crystal. So, let's get on with this. So here's the Kiwami Crystal, and as you can see, it's pretty huge. If you want a comparison, here's a ride watch. It's bigger. And that's kind of hard for me to comprehend because I thought these things were big enough, but I think it's just the fact that I got spoiled by this thing first, then getting this. It's kind of hard to comprehend. So the fact that this thing is bigger than a ride watch is kind of, again, hard to think of. And here's a Rube Crystal to compare with. It's literally the size of where you insert it. Anyways, just like a normal Rube Crystal, it actually, still has the text. Because this says Ultraman Rube. And as you can see here, here's Rube in the front. And then the crystal's in this sky blue color. I feel like it's a 2-point in my opinion. I wish it was like covered in sparkles or something like that, covered in glitter. But oh well. Like I said, this is where you're going to plug the crystal in, the Rube Gyro and the Rube Corin. This is where the speaker is, and then there's just 2 buttons for the Rube Corin, and this is something that where I'm gonna talk about, and then this is the peg. I don't know if I can. Oh yeah, here it says it's B064. Yeah, it's really hard to read because it's blending in so much. Anyways, it requires or it includes 3 cell batteries, just like the Orbring Neo. Here's the side button for just general stuff, and then here's the button you're gonna press for it to spring out. So, just like so. I should have zoomed out more, but as you can see, the horns are actually colored by the respective Ultraman. So obviously these 2 horns are red for Rosso, and this singular horn is colored blue for Blue. And obviously you can still technically do something like Rosso formation, then Blue formation, and such. And as you can see here, that's the kanji for Kiwami and such. This is where the lights are going to play. So basically before we show that, let's pull the tab out, and it will actually light up already. This white LED. It doesn't play a sound like the orb ring nail, but oh well. So to start the sounds, you just press the side button here. So that's the announcement sound, and then the second sound. Get the brothers saying it's like the crystal, like what they typically do with the crystals. And such. Then last but not least, the thing they normally say before pulling the gyro, this one specifically, and that's basically it. Like, I guess it's because I'm kind of spoiled by Rider Ultimate form gimmicks, but I would have liked if there was phrases for each of the 4 forms, and I don't even have Victory in here, but like each of the 4 forms, so like, you know, like Katsumi saying the ones for these 2 and Isami saying the ones for these 2. Like, I would have just liked if there was, like, you know, like, I can't say them because I'm gonna butcher it. Anyways, to technically, that's basically it. So let's get the rib gyro. So just like the orb ring nail, we need to lift it up just a bit. So basically, to start this up, you're gonna press this twice. You don't have to, but it's just more complete. Then press this button here. A standby will start playing until you insert it into the rib gyro. Just like so. As you can see, it's having a rainbow LED. And again, just pull it 3 times. So as you can see, it turned red. The second pull is going to change colors to blue. And last but not least, it's going to change into yellow for Rube. That transformation sound is so cool, and normally those are supposed to fade out at the same time, but because I took too long with the spinning, with pulling it, it didn't time correctly. As you can tell, it's pretty massive on the Rube Gyro. It's more massive than the Orb Ring Neil, because the Orb Ring Neil at least still try to stay in. But, yeah. If you actually leave it out for too long, the toy's gonna reset, which is not good. So, I guess a way to technically turn it back on is just press the side button. And you can technically do that sound now. So, again, to do the finisher, you just pull it 3 times. A new standby. So you get the Rubium Coulson. Now, if you actually do it one more time, you actually get additional phrase. And I think it's actually pretty cool. So again, that's basically it. And if you're wondering how this thing works, is that basically, the pin that this one presses is this top one, which basically doesn't do anything. And as you can see, that red LED just constantly flashes. And then when you pull it, it flashes more. Because there's a light sensor right here that would actually constantly flash it so it knows to be active. So technically, if I were to just do so like this, obviously I didn't really activate it, so it'll still technically work. Like, cause it's technically on sleep mode, so it won't really know what to do until I activate a sound. And then if I pull it off, it'll just cut off. So, again, it's ingenious. I really like how these toys are getting produced. Like, maybe ingenious is the wrong word because I'm pretty sure that's a negative. Like, the opposite of genius. But anyways. If anyone wants to know if this can go in the Rube Slugger, it can. It's just, it won't click in properly because, due to, this outer rim for the Rube Corin, it won't sit in completely, so it will sit. I just would not recommend you swinging it around, especially in the Rube Slugger Rosso, because it's just gonna fall. Like Rube Slugger Blue, it's alright, but sometimes it gets stuck, so you have to release it. And you know, just because this in fact can go in here somewhat, it just won't click in. Like, it still has the slots, it just won't click in completely. And I want to do something cool, which will waste a lot of time, but I want to do it anyway. So obviously we got our flame, aqua, land, and wind. There, we summoned the Kiwami Crystal. So you can do something like that, which I think is actually pretty cool. You just have to have it flat down like this, because then that's not gonna, you know, stick on. So yeah. So overall, the Kiwami Crystal's a really neat toy to have. While it doesn't do as much sounds as I probably would have liked it to have done, it's a pretty nice attempt at technically Bandai technically doing the same thing they do with like Rider and such, while like, you know, they get like big things to put in their changers and such. Like, for example, the Genius Full Bottle, that thing was humongous, and like, you know, that didn't look that ridiculous in the builder, but like, you get what I mean. So I like that attempt, and I think they did a pretty good job at it. I, again, like what I said, I wished it wasn't as plain looking as it is, and I just wished it had more sounds, but its predecessor, the Makoto Crystal, looks like it's improving on that, so I'm looking forward to that toy. And again, like, cause I feel like this front piece gets washed out, cause, you know, the text here, just, you can barely read it. Like, I honestly did not know there's text there until someone pointed it out, so, yeah. So that'll be it for this half of my Strongest Narikiri Set review. Check out tomorrow for the Rube Corian. So this is PowerRider, and I'll leave you people. Bye.